Hi, my name's Owen Prowse. I'm the Assistant Dean of Admissions at NOSM, and over the last 15 years, NOSM has worked tirelessly to have a class that reflects the peoples and the communities of Northern Ontario. And to that end, over 92% of our learners have been from Northern Ontario, and in recent years, approximately 10 to 13% have been of Indigenous background, and 20% have been of Francophone background. And so we think we're doing a good job at reflecting the communities, but we think we can do a lot better, particularly with the rural communities in Northern Ontario. Medicine is very difficult to get into. On average, we receive approximately 2,000 applications for 64 positions. And so only 3% of applicants to NOSM gain admission. And so you can really begin to understand that it's a very difficult hurdle. And what we look at an applicant's grades. We look at their autobiographical sketch, their community score, what they've done during their lifetime. And we also use a unique tool that was developed at NOSM specifically to try and help us select a class that reflects Northern Ontario. And that's our context score, which looks at where an applicant grew up and where they went to high school and where they spent portions of their life. And those three factors, the grades, the community score, and the context score, help us to rank those 2,000 applicants to see who we invite for interview. And we invite approximately 320 applicants each year for interview. And we use an MMI interview process, which was developed at McMaster University. And we were one of the first universities to work with McMaster. And in fact, we're a test site for this particular type of interview process. And it stands for multiple mini interview. And it looks at some of those non-academic traits that are thought to be very important to a success, not only in medical school, but also for a career in medicine. And once the applicants have been interviewed 10 times, so that's 320 applicants interviewed for a total of 3,200 interviews, we then review the process and select the class for each year. And we've recognized through the years, through research, and we've been very careful in how we make changes to the admissions process. And we want to make sure that it's evidence-based and it's based on the data and based on what's been happening over the last 15 years. And we've learned some important lessons which have allowed us to modify our program and processes to help fulfill the school's social accountability mandate. And we have a very engaged admissions committee, as well as a tremendous amount of support from the community, not only for reviewing each of the 2,000 applicants that we receive, but also interviewing the applicants. And those are community members, faculty members, students, and community members at large who fully support the admissions process. And we're very grateful to them. But we're also grateful to the community and committee members that provide us with feedback, and that helps us to develop new policies and procedures for admissions to NOSM. I think we're doing an extremely good job, but I think we need to do a much better job. And to that end, we're working closely with the national groups, particularly the Future of Admissions in Canada think tank recommendations, to try and make sure that we're at the forefront of admissions in Canada. And we look forward to feedback. And if any of you would like to discuss and talk about your ideas about admissions, please feel free to contact us. We're available to talk and meet with you. And we really appreciate your input in the process.